Yo, what's up, YouTube? So it's about 5:30 in the morning, and I got a story for y'all. It's a quick one though. Something that just popped in my mind. I was watching YouTube videos about like the 60 days in type jail shit and all that, like fights and shit like that. And then I thought about when I was in jail and I had witnessed dude getting his head bashed into the floor. So this is it's crazy. All right, so my celly actually at the time, um, he my old one had left, got transferred. I forget if he went like upstate or something or to a different jail. I forget what happened, but um, he left and new guy comes in from the intake block, and he was cool. He was a really nice guy. He seemed like I don't, for lack of better words, like a little bit slow. Not really though. He was just a little social, not socially awkward. I would say he was just like a little socially slow. He wasn't like what's it called, mentally challenged. You know what I'm saying? Like so that being said, he was a cool guy. He's really soft spoken. Like made awkward jokes. Right. That was my celly. Um, and we talked. You know what I'm saying? We talked and we had good conversations and shit like that. But and he was kind of like, he's kind of jacked. I wasn't at the time. I was very out of shape, out of belly and everything. And I wasn't doing no push-up, lifting no weights really at the time. I was doing push-ups and I wasn't lifting no weights. I was out of shape, man. And it's just funny because in jail, that's what you think everybody does, but a lot of people just sit around. Um, that being said, my man was Jack. I think his name was Dre, from what I remember, because I ended up getting out maybe like 2 weeks after he was moved into my cell. But um, before that, I had a older guy named Kevin. Um, anyway, long story short, one day we're in the day room. If you know what the day room is, it's a part of the block where you go for it's like a common area, TV, it's where you eat. If you don't go to like a mess hall, you and the trays get brought from the mess hall. Um, you eat in the common room, the day room, and so it was not lunchtime. It was just like free time, like day room time. Everybody plays cards. Everybody watches TV. People cut people's hair. Um, go out to the yard, play basketball. Whatever the hell. Use the microwave because the microwave was out in the day room to get your noodles going, get your soups going. And so everybody's playing cards out there, and my celly's playing cards with this guy named Country. Now, um, and Country, from what I remember, he was like always in and out of there. Like, he was, I don't know his real name, but everybody just called him that. He had a very, very, very thick, like, I don't know, North Carolina accent or some shit. Like he had like that twang, you know what I mean? So South Carolina, some shit like that. Um, um, short black dude, dreads, just real loud though, real just oh my god, always talking shit, always. Um, he was just one of them, man. I don't know if it was like a little man complex or he thought he was like really the shit, but he would like kind of talk tough to people, but not um directly insult you. I don't know how to explain it. He was just he wasn't somebody I wanted to, he ain't my crew. Like I don't know, I ain't fuck with him. He just seemed like a little bit of a snake. You could just see it in his eyes, like his face and the way he carried himself. Um, that being said, so Country and Dre were playing. I forget even. I guess it was spades. Who cares? Let's just call it spades. They had bet on envelopes, as currency. You know what I mean? So apparently, country wasn't trying to pay his envelope because um, he claimed that Dre didn't. He did something. He did. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he reneged on a game or I don't know. I don't know. Something went wrong with the card game where technically Country won, but Dre wasn't. Or no, no. Technically Dre won, but Country wasn't trying to pay up. He wasn't trying to pay up on that envelope. So Dre was like, "Nah, you're gonna pay me my fucking envelope." Like I've never heard this dude curse. I never even heard him curse. This is a man in jail, by the way. Um, Never even heard him curse or raise his voice. He's like, "Nah, you're gonna pay me my fucking envelope. Otherwise it's gonna be issues." You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to figure this out. And Country was like, "What the fuck if I don't? What issues?" He was like, "You're gonna find out." He was like, and then he kind of started stepping up to him. Country put his chest out like, I ain't with all that rah-rah shit, cuz. That's what he started, kept on saying. I ain't with all that rah-rah shit, cuz. Uh, whatever the hell. He just, what his country ass attitude, he just kept on saying that. And fucking his southern ass accent. This man, he started yelling at my man's face, honestly. And mind you, this is the middle of the day. This is in the middle of the, like, there's cameras in every corner. I'm sure there's blind spots because there's little wraparounds and hallways to the next area. But at the same time, this is broad daylight in the middle of the day room. And there just happens to not be a CO in the day room at this point in time. So it escalates really quickly. Country says, I ain't with all that rah rah shit, cuz, blah, 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 times 10. And kind of like steps towards Dre. Dre immediately, no fucking hesitation. The Country didn't throw a shot. Country didn't push him. You know how it starts with pushing sometimes. He didn't do none of that. He just walked. He took like a step or two towards him to kind of like be like, yeah, fuck out of here. No hesitation. Bop, bop. My man's two-pieced him, dropped. And as he was dropping, my man kind of like, he didn't pick him up because he was already falling, but he like secured his throat and just made sure he went to the ground all the way. Hit him once, and then he was like, you could see he was just like kind of dazed. And then, I shit you not, Dre grabbed him by his dreads and then kept on going like this into the floor. Boom, boom, boom. And it's a cement floor, a fucking cement floor. You know what I'm saying? Um, and everybody sitting there like, oh shit, this happened fast. You know what I mean? Everybody like looking, you know, everybody want to watch a fight in jail. You ain't got shit else to do. So, but nobody's breaking it up. Nobody's breaking it up. Um, at first I was like, somebody needs to break this up, man. Cause I was just about to say that. I was like, he's gonna kill him. He's going to kill this man. He did that bashing his head onto the floor thing probably about fucking 10 times. Um, and then also when he like let go, this is what happened. The CO was bringing the basketballs out from the utility closet to bring them out to the yard to open the doors to the yard. So that's where he was in this split second, 2 minutes that this took to happen. So I mean, there usually is a CO like making their rounds and stuff, but he just happened to be busy and distracted. He didn't know. You know what I'm saying? No argument was even going on. So the CO opens the door with the basketball in his hand, whistling and walking around the corner. In that time, because everything you can hear their keys. That's the one thing. You can tell when it's a CO coming out the door or whatever, because you can hear the jingle jangle of the keys. It's an inmate, you're not gonna hear that. So you hear the jingle jangle, everybody's like, oh shit, because it's like a semicircle crowd around this this fucking brutal fight beating that's happening. So this man, everybody's like, yo, 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 yo. And I'm like, Dre, bro, like the fuck? Get off him. Like everybody say the same shit, like get off him, CO's coming, CO's coming. So Dre gets off him with the quickness, he like pushes him off and releases his grip. As he releases his grip, a single dread flies up and then hits the floor with like a piece of blood on it because it came out of his scalp. And I'll never forget fucking how quiet it was right after because Country got pulled up by somebody. And he was basically knocked. He was like dazed. He was like, oh, like out of it. And somebody picked him up kind of and shook him real quick. It happened so fucking fast. Um, and like I said, the CEO has no idea this is going on or has happened. There's cameras and everything. And like I said, so he goes out to the goes around us. He just looks at us and then but he doesn't even he looks at us, but then he doesn't like double take of why we're all crowded or ask why we're all crowded right there or even think nothing of it. He doesn't bat an eye about um this like semicircle group type thing where everybody's looking we all look in a certain way. Like something just happened. You know what I mean? Like and bro did not pick up on it at all. He was just didn't give a fuck, I guess. Or like he didn't see it, so he would just be like, okay, they're just being weird, you know what I mean? So oh man, so we're all like we're all like, what the fuck? And Country, I forget how I don't know. It just I don't know what happened to him right after because he had injuries, man. Um, but the day went on as normal. Like the CO did not know that it happened because people had not broken it up, but told Dre he was coming. And Country was off the floor by the time before the CO could see him getting up off the floor. Like he just, I don't know. It was just so strange, man, how quick it happened. And like I said, they could have seen it on the cameras and ran it back or came and told that CEO like, yo, they just were fighting and shit. Um, but yeah, that's it, man. Like it was just it was just crazy. And this is like I said, this was my Shelly. So I'm like, yo, I'm glad this man is on my side because like I said, this man is like pretty in pretty good shape, kind of jacked. And I would have never known he was gonna react like that, bro. Because of his mannerisms. Like he was just very, very respectful, but chill, easygoing. Like I said, kind of soft spoken. Like, hey man, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's up, bro? Like, that's exactly how he talked. Yeah, man, like, what's up, H? You know what I mean? That's how he talked. Monster. And I'm not saying Country was like a force to be reckoned with. He was kind of shorter and skinnier, but he could probably still hold his own if he wanted to. But I don't think he ain't give himself a chance with that one, man, because he said, I ain't with that rah shit and got pieced up. Like I said, head slammed into the ground, dread pulled out of his head, and then you see it hit the ground. It was like slow motion the way that shit came down. Anyway, um, and then everything calmed down. And then I was like, me and Dre got back to the after the day room was over, and he was like, "Damn, bro, you think I'm gonna get in trouble?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure that nobody, somebody would have came and got you by now. It's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours. This is jail. It doesn't take that long. If they see something to do something about it, and you're gonna hear about it. It's been this long. If they even know it happened, bro, like I think you cool. You know what I'm saying? Just lay low. Like I wouldn't do no betting. Or maybe do some betting. Motherfuckers know now that you will whoop somebody's ass. Like I don't know. But he was cool. And then um yeah, I seen Country the next day. Um like I said, I don't really remember because like you would go there was two different sections of this block like and then there was two different floors too, so it was like split down the middle and then um one floor, like tier one, tier two, um, on each side. So he country was on the other side, but we all came together in the same day room block and shit like that. So I seen him the next day, and he demeanor completely different, bro. He like quiet, like not running around, ha ha ha. Like that's literally how he walk around, is like clowning shit and just just starting shit, starting conversation. None of that, none of that. This man was humble. Motherfucker said, "Sit down, be humble." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he was talking to one of my boys that he was cool with. Like I said, I wasn't cool. I was cool with country, but I ain't really fuck with him like that. You know what I mean? I just kind of tolerated him. How about that one? I just tolerated him. You know what I mean? We knew each other's names. And he was like, yeah, because they was talking about it. And he was like, yeah, he got me, bruh. Yeah, he got me, bruh. He got you. He he almost took your life, dog. Like he got you. A little more than get you, bro. Getting you is like sucker punching you real quick, and then you not being able to react. He took, bro. He almost took your life, bro. If that CO didn't come around that corner, I don't know. Like, somebody would have had to break it up for sure, for this man not to get killed by another man's bare motherfucking hands. So that being said, if you go to jail, hope you don't go to jail. If you're in jail and you're watching this for whatever reason, and you're thinking about playing spades, cards, betting, if you betting envelope, betting soups, pay the man. Pay the man up. If you lose on a bet, pay. Because you never know who you're dealing with and what they're going to react to, or how they're going to react to you not wanting to pay in an argument. And what you never know who can beat who. Always defend yourself, but don't go looking for shit and don't go starting shit, because you never know how it's going to turn out for you. You might end up with a dread missing and a blood stain in the back, and a little on the cement. And that was the other thing. There was blood stain on the cement. I don't know how no CO seen that. And I don't think anybody cleaned it up. Like none of us was trying to touch nobody's blood, even though we took a paper towel. You can take a paper towel or something, you don't have to touch it. We don't have gloves for us to wear. Like we you know. So there was like a little blood, not puddle, but like little stain like in this area that this happened. So that just goes to show, man. You might end up with your head bashed in, and you might end up losing a dread, and that's not fun for you. Um, I don't think it's really fun for anybody involved. It might have been fun to beat somebody up like that in a sadistic way. I don't know, but at the same time, man, pay your debts. Don't go starting shit. But most importantly, stay out of jail, stay clean, and stay blessed.